This is a KMVT sports presentation.
KMVT Channel 6 Sports, proud to bring you high school basketball tonight from the Rascott Memorial Gym. It's the St. Francis Lancers hosting the St. Ignatius Wildcats. I'm Brian Burkett along with John Reed. And tonight, John, we'll look at a couple of teams that are battling for third place in the West Catholic League. St. Francis is 4-6, St. Ignatius 6-4. A key game tonight for the Lancers.
Yes, the Lancers an outside chance of catching the Wildcats. They got a win here tonight. They play at Reardon to finish off the year. Unfortunately, Sarah's at St. Ignatius, not St. Francis liking there. They would have to have a tougher opponent against the Wildcats, but nothing's, impossible in this league.
You saw the game earlier this year between the Lancers and SI up in San Francisco. Alejandro Thomas for SI, one of their top players.
Oh, only a junior, and I was very impressed with he and Josh Hunt. Outstanding. He's a senior. Only 4 seniors on the roster of the Wildcats. They're going to be tough next year. Alejandro Thomas is a player as well as Josh Hunt. Those are the two keys. Hopefully St. Francis can contain them tonight. They couldn't do it up there, and they got defeated.
St. Ignatius coming off a loss at Bellarmine. The Lancers coming off a win here at home against Mitty. Wildcats and Lancers coming up. The West Catholic League coming your way on KMVT. This is the final regular season home game for the St. Francis boys basketball team. We're at the Rascott Memorial Gym, and as is customary here at St. Francis for the final home game, the seniors are acknowledged, and tonight, John Reed, 9 seniors on the St. Francis team.
Many of them, of course, like you mentioned, we were talking about here. You mentioned state champions last year. That's something they can hang their hat on as they head out the doors here of the St. Francis High School campus. J.D. Simpson, a fine career. One story I like is Jim Weinbeek. Here's a guy that really was, say, 11th or 12th man probably last year, even at the beginning of last year. And here he's worked his way up. Pretty much has started most of the games for the Lancers this year, and really quite a story for a hard-working individual.
And Weinbeek will be starting tonight as head coach Steve Felios goes with an all-senior lineup. We'll touch on that in just a moment. Let's talk a little bit about the Lancers' opponent this evening, the St. Ignatius Wildcats, a team playing very well. 15-7 overall, 6-4 in the league. The Wildcats ranked 3rd in the Central Coast section, and perhaps we're looking right there at an SI player of the future, or maybe a St. Francis player of the future, since that's Julie Scherenberg's son, Trent.
That's a good shot. They start him young here.
You know what, though? The problem was the kids wearing blue and white.
Yeah.
Those aren't Lancer colors.
How do they dress that child, folks? But talking about St. Ignatius, there's Jared Swedman, who's more known for his football acclaim, and Faye and Dick Swedman there. Dick just lost his father there, I read, and I was sorry to hear about that. But it's a happy night for that group there. St. Ignatius, Brian, talking about them, 6-4 in league. That's got to be one of the better 6-4 teams you're going to find around here. Yeah,
and in this league, it's amazing. You think 6-3 or 6-4, pretty good record. However, in the West Catholic League, that's a distant 3rd. And Don Lippy's team looking up at Bellarmine and Sacred Heart Cathedral. The Wildcats off in the corridor getting ready, some last-minute instructions before we get this game tipped off. Bellarmine and Sacred Heart Cathedral are tied for the league lead at 8-1. Bellarmine defeated St. Ignatius last night, so the Wildcats licking their wounds from that. There are the West Catholic League standings. This is a league that does have a postseason tournament, and that tournament will be starting up in 2 weeks. It's prior to the start of the Central Coast Section tournament. Bellarmine, Sacred Heart Cathedral, St. Ignatius, then the Lancers, Sarah, Reardon, and Mitty follow suit. Mitty, a team that St. Francis defeated last night by a score of 55-40, and that certainly put a smile on Steve Felios' face.
Yeah, he hasn't had a lot this year. It's been a tough road for the Lancers. They lost, of course, Joe Cavanaugh and Robbie Coley and Brad Brennan and a couple other guards last year, and really losing the big guys really hurt them this year. They have a lot of seniors on the club. They're mostly a senior team, but they were looking for the likes of Senku Carey, a sophomore who got a lot of playing time last year, and maybe Charles Tarp, a junior, to kind of lead them this year. But it hasn't come together. They just face a lot better competition this year. That's the bottom line.
Last season, Bellarmine and St. Francis tied for the round robin championship in the West Catholic League at 9-3. This year, it looks like the team that wins the league is only going to have 2 losses, and Bellarmine and Sacred Heart Cathedral to meet this coming week to decide who's who in the zoo regarding the top dog in this league.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Sacred Heart. I have not seen Bellarmine. They obviously are good, else they wouldn't be there at the top. I've seen it St. Ignatius. We had them when the Lancers traveled up there. They just handled the Lancers very well. They ran their pattern very well. I was very impressed with Don Lippy in his 5th year over there at St. Ignatius. It's an outstanding job. Those kids are very disciplined, and they play great team basketball. Lancers now, tonight, are going to have to shoot very well to win. They did not shoot well. They did not handle the ball well against the pressure defense of the Wildcats. And tonight, in their own gym, if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to shoot the heck out of it and not turn the ball over.
Starting lineup for Don Lippy's team. The backcourt consists of senior Cassidy Raher. He stands 5'10", 175 pounds. The other guard is junior Alejandro Thomas, 6'1", 180. This is a guy who was an all-league first-teamer last year. The front line, the forwards, Jason Labaugh. He can shoot the 3. He's a very good scorer, 6'3" junior. Complemented at the other forward spot by Josh Hunt, a 6'2" senior. John Antonini is the center at 6'3", 215. He is also a senior. And at the open, we talked about Alejandro Thomas and Josh Hunt. John, you had an opportunity to see the first meeting between these 2 teams, and you were really impressed with both those individuals.
Very impressed, and they didn't gun it up. They shot within the framework of the offense. They went outside, they went inside. They got good perimeter shooting. Just poised basketball. That's what they play up there. I was very impressed. Beautiful new gym up there. It was nice our viewers got to see that. St. Ignatius High and Lancers. I can honestly say it. I observed the last game here with Sacred Heart and the Lancers. The Lancers came back in the last minute to make it close, and I was impressed with Steve Filios and the way they played ball there tonight. If St. Francis can play, that kind of basketball as they did against Sacred Heart, they should be in the game tonight and make it close.
Starting lineup for the St. Francis Lancers as the St. Francis fans get pumped up for this one. J.D. Simpson, Jed Brush, and Jim Weinbeek start on the front line. Simpson and Brush are the forwards. Weinbeek at center, 6'7", 220. The guards, Kevin Donnell and Dan O'Neill. Both guys don't normally start, but because it's senior night here at St. Francis, Donnell and O'Neill get the call. A total of 9 seniors on the St. Francis club, and as you see the St. Ignatius players being introduced, one key matchup to look for tonight, down in the blocks, Jim Weinbeek going up against John Antonini. Weinbeek 6'7", 220, Antonini 6'3", 215, so virtually the same weight, but a little bit of a reach advantage for Weinbeek.
Yeah, Lancers are also, that's another key. I mentioned ball handling and shooting. They're going to have to hold their own on the boards. Just hold their own. You're probably not going to dominate, but guys like Jed Brush and Weinbeek are going to have to do their share of the work inside, maybe get help from St.Q. Carey.
Moments away from the start of this game between the St. Francis Lancers and the St. Ignatius Wildcats. The Lancers come in ranked 8th in the Central Coast section. The Lancers coming off a win last night over the Archbishop Mini Monarchs, 55-40. Bellarmine and Sacred Heart Cathedral, the top 2 teams in the Central Coast section. Bellarmine, the unanimous #1. Then the Irish, St. Ignatius 3rd, Woodside, Oak Grove, Hill, Palo Alto, St. Francis, Santa Clara, and Los Gatos, your top 10.
Yeah, Coach Steve Phillips, he says, don't worry about the league standings. We got the postseason tournament. We're going to go down to Division II. We're not going to have to face Sacred Heart and Bellarmine in the postseason. Might have to face St. Ignatius. But Lancers are okay. They're playing Division II in the postseason. They can play good basketball. They can play with anybody. So they have to keep on trying to improve every game and let the chips fall as they may.
And for St. Francis this season, a couple of tough blows with St.Q. Carey having the injured left hand. He's back in the lineup, but the left hand heavily taped. And Pat Yeager, a reserve guard, who had come in to spell Carey while St.Q. was out with that injury for about a week or so. Yeager sustained a shoulder injury, and he missed some time. He has since returned, but a couple of injuries here in league play, and Steve Filios has had to make some adjustments.
Yeah, 2 sophomores. Yeager and Carey. Carey is a very talented sophomore. He just has to kind of improve, keep his head together a little bit, and he's got 2 more years left, and he has a lot of potential there.
The officials are Michael Tanimoto and John Seavey. The 6'3" Antonini to jump it against the 6'7" Weinbeek, and the ball out of bounds. The call is St. Ignatius ball. The Wildcats get the opening possession.
Lancers extended man defense to start off the game, Brian.
Cassidy Raher, number 24, guarded by Donnell. Josh Hunt trying to post down low. They get it to Hunt on the low blocks, and that shot partially blocked by Jim Weinbeek, his first rejection of the night, and the Lancers have the rock. No score, 30 seconds into the game. Brush on a high post. Dumps off to Simpson. Good ball reversal by the Lancers. Dan O'Neill throws it out on the wing. The ball knocked away by Raher. It stays with the Lancers.
You wonder how long Steve Phillips will keep these guys on the bench. Some of them are not starters. Some of them don't play that much. And he's got Carey and Sharp, of course, on the bench ready to come in. You don't know how long he'll keep these seniors out there.
Up top, Jim Weinbeek, guarded by Josh Hunt. Now Brush on the penetration, tried to get it to Donnell, and good defense by St. Ignatius. Don Lippy said at the start of the season, we're looking to play intense defense, and at the moment, they're doing just that.
Man-to-man for St. Ignatius, they even manned the inbound there.
Weinbeek, guarded by Antonini. Alejandro Thomas shadowing Simpson, and the first shot of the game is off the mark. Cleared out of there by the Wildcats. Pulling up, Thomas, a long 2 is off. Brush had the ball, but Thomas came around and knocked the ball out.
Now, St. Ignatius is extending this pressure full court now.
Backcourt pressure by the Wildcats. St. Ignatius, a team that likes to have a quick pace to its games, and that's the type of tempo they'll try to establish. Weinbeek has the brush, Karen. 6:15 remaining in the first quarter. Nobody has dented the scoreboard yet.
Lancers are looking for J.D. Simpson. He's the guy they want to shoot it.
Brush stumbled. The ball picked up by SI, and this is Jason LeBaugh. LeBaugh, number 23, had an older brother, Justin, played at St. Ignatius. That one rims out, and here come the Lancers. That ball off Weinbeek's head. Wildcats push it. Thomas over Simpson. Swish. So at 5:35 of the first quarter, it's 2-0 SI. Lancers and Midi Monarchs were involved in a low-scoring first half. In the Lancers' last game, it was 14-14 at halftime. There's a Lancer turnover.
Yeah, low scoring tonight, too. Of course, Lancers have a couple of starters out there that are not used to being in sync with other part of the personnel. They're giving it their all, doing all right, but they've had a couple of turnovers, which has not put them in good stead, and have not had good shot selection at all, Brian.
Number 11, James Chong, is checked in to run the point for St. Ignatius. Alvin Lynn, a 5'10 junior, also in for SI. Lynn, number 22. Sean Carlson, 52, is in the Lancers lineup. The ball stays with St. Ignatius. The Wildcats nearly turned it over. 2-0 St. Ignatius. 4:49 remaining in the first quarter. Hunt on the drive, and it's 4-0 SI. Hunt scored 16 in the first meeting between these two teams. That was back on January 13th, the game the Wildcats won 56-34. Popping off the screen, a Simpson 3. Still alive. Kevin Donnell with a nice ball fake. Pushes it in. The Wildcats 4, the Lancers 2, and a foul on the drive.
One thing about St. Ignatius, you can't relax. Like Sacred Heart, they'll come down in a hurry on the other end.
Sean Carlson picks up the foul. That's his first. 4:14 remaining in the opening quarter. 4-2 SI. And Charles Tharp and Sin-Q Carey make an appearance for the Lancers.
Lancers got a few people on the court. They're trying to figure out who's going to be in there, who's going to be out. Svedman, a senior, comes in. And Steve Phillips is giving these seniors a couple minutes early in the game, but the game's still not decided. Give them some playing time early.
Svedman, who also played on the Central Coast Section champion football team. A blonde bomber in there, number 44. Allie Thomas out high. Got it to Chong at the point. Thomas flashing on the low blocks. Nice feed to a cutting Chong. And the point guard scores. 5'7" junior James Chong has given the Wildcats a 6-2 lead. Lancers broke the pace. Now they try to establish a little bit of a low tempo. Svedman was caught in the key, but he's bailed out on a foul. The foul is called against Chris Fife. Fife has just checked in, number 53.
Svedman got into the key and he found himself, looking at the basket, but he didn't take a shot. He could have probably shot that right there.
Hunt and Carey got tangled up, but no whistle. Now off the ball, an illegal screen. It looked like Sean Carlson was in the wrong place. That's the second foul on Sean. 3.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. 6-2 St. Ignatius. Chris Fife inbounding underneath. Casey Raher. Charles Tharp had the defensive coverage there. Thomas on the drive, right of the key, and a foul is called. Looks like J.D. Simpson.
Yeah, Thomas is also pushing a little bit with his left hand there. Simpson's got to move the legs. He's got a real tough assignment guarding Alejandro Thomas. That's no picnic.
Raher inbounding. Antonini tries to set up the screen, and he does. Josh Hunt says thank you very much, and Hunt has 4 points.
Lancers really got lost there defensively. Sin-Q Carey and Charles Tharp are going to have to get involved, Brian.
Simpson off the Tharp pass. Rebounded by Antonini. All alone is Thomas, and he scores. The Wildcats 10, and the Lancers 2.
Phillips needs a timeout pretty soon. He might go one more hoop, but Lancers are going to have to need a timeout.
2:48 remaining in the first quarter. Along the baseline, Simpson got it back from Carlson. J.D. Cold starting the game, saved up top to Tharp. Left on the doorstep for a Carey three.
Lancers needed that.
10-5 SI with 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Hunt flashed off the back orange, and then Hunt may have gone over the back.
Yeah, that's a nice call by John C. We got Hunt over the top. Usually officials can't pick that up. Lancers going to bring Brush in and number 34 there. Yeah. The Lancers are going to have to get Tharp and Carey involved offensively. Carey busted a three. They're going to need more of that tonight.
Casey Pena is number 34, and he has just checked in for the Lancers. Carey double teamed in the backcourt. Lancers do clear and avoid the 10-second call. Sin-Q lost it. Didn't get a great pass from Svedman. Now a chance for SI, and Alvin Lynn puts it home. Lynn, a 5'10 junior, his first points, and the Wildcats off to a 12-5 lead. And at the 1:55 mark of the first quarter, the Lancers call time.
Yeah, the transition game's hurting the Lancers now. They're not getting back defensively. I think that That's what Steve Phillips is really upset about. You can't allow transition buckets. So Lancers getting hurt by that pressure too at the midcourt area. You know, you can't turn the ball over. That shouldn't hurt you.
St. Ignatius, a team looking to finish up somewhere around the 7-4, 8-4 mark, and with SI possibly coming out of here with a win tonight, looking ahead to Sarah later in the week, they've got a good chance to hit that 8-win plateau.
Yeah, I think so. Very impressive team. St. Ignatius is very steady. They don't flash that much, don't hot dog it. Hunt and Thomas with 4 each, but within the framework of the offense, what they're trying to do, they don't try to gun it up when they get the ball.
St. Ignatius is the only team to beat the Bellarmine Bells in league play this year. That SI pressure nearly forced a giveaway by the Lancers. Carey pulls up and nails the 2.
Well, Carey seems pretty loose. He might have looked to shoot a little bit tonight.
Thomas arcs a 3, and it's cleared out of there by Charles Tharp. Pushing to Pena. Casey Pena off the front iron. Carey active for the rebound and putback.
Carey got away with just a little push, and Tharp gets whistled for the foul, Brian. But Carey just pushed off just a little bit to get that, but a nice effort to go to the offensive glass.
Carey coming off a 7-point effort against the Monarchs in the Lancers' last game. As you look at Tharp, just picked up his first foul. Carey played not only with that left hand taped up against Mitty last night, but also got into foul trouble. He picked up his 4th personal foul early in the 3rd quarter, and Steve Filios had to set him down. Pat Yeager is now checked in for the Lancers. Yeager guarding Hunt. That's a mismatch, and Hunt scores. Lead pass for Yeager, out of bounds. And the Wildcats get it back. 1:09 remaining, first quarter, 14-9 SI. The Wildcats attack quickly. A whistle. Lynn was roaming along the baseline, and the foul against the Lancers.
Yeah, Senkyu Carey was holding. He was going to get beat on the play. Lancers are still not quite getting back quick enough. They got to be ready to play defense.
Hunt off the inbound. Carey with the carom. St. Ignatius' inbound offense under the basket looking very strong. They didn't score there. And speaking of scoring, Casey Pena with a little hoop and some harm, he'll shoot 1.
Yeah, it hasn't been a lot of whistles tonight. First attempt at the free throw line, and we are less than a minute left in quarter number 1. And a good throw for the senior, Casey Pena, is coming in here, gets some time on senior night and can bring the Lancers within 2.
First foul on Alvin Lynn, the 3rd team foul against SI. Pena short on the free throw. And it's 14-11, St. Ignatius, under a minute to play in the opening quarter. Jason LeBaugh up top for Cassidy Raher. .30 seconds remaining in the quarter. St. Ignatius not known for spreading the floor, but they may opt for the final shot. Lancers trying to keep the deficit at 3, maybe even get a steal and pull closer. Down to 10 seconds. Thomas, juke and jive, he's hammered, and he goes to the line with 5.2 seconds remaining in the quarter.
Boy, Thomas came from the weak side, just cut right across the middle there, and was wide open. That was a nice play, a nice pattern run there by the Wildcats, and on the line with 5.2 on the clock.
Alejandro Thomas with 4 points in the game. Got to look at the drive by Thomas, getting a couple of Lancers in the air. Rob Marcoletti is checked in, 44 for St. Ignatius. Marcoletti to get some time here in the waning moments of the first quarter. Thomas scored 15 points in the Bellarmine game last night. a game that the Wildcats lost. Bells took it 59-42. Lancers set up 15-11 St. Ignatius. 3 seconds, 2, Carey running the floor, gets it away, good!
All right, St. Carey, 9 points off the bench, the difference, and Steve Filius has to like this, only down by 2 at the end of 1 quarter, Brian, after getting thumped up there at SI. It's a little different when you're home.
It's a whole lot different, especially with St. Ignatius's new gym, where they rarely lose. One more look at the final play of the first quarter. Look at Carey go all the way, John.
Reminds me of Ty Sedney against Missouri last year in the NCAAs. And Carey's a talented player. He just is a talented player. Look at that. They knew what he was going to do, but they didn't get their legs. They didn't move to draw the offensive, which they probably could have done. And Carey just said, okay, let's play some ball. It was a nice shot.
St. Ignatius 15. And the Lancers 13 heading to the second quarter. High school basketball coming your way on KMBT. Our producer and director tonight is Lazarus Sargentidis. Along with Johnny Reed, I'm Brian Burkett. And it's funny, John, last night it was 14-14. The Lancers and Monarchs tied at halftime. Tonight through 1 quarter, we've already eclipsed that by volumes.
Same total amount of points, but we played 1 quarter less, yeah. Yeah, different little scene here. St. Ignatius is not lighting it up here as they were at home. A little tougher on the road. And Phyllis has to like he's played all his seniors. He's going to give him some more playing time, looks like. But all these kids are getting to play, and they're in the ballgame.
Lancers get the ball opening the second quarter. Corey Blick to run the point. Blick, Pena, Brush, Russ Thau, number 30, also in there. And J.D. Simpson rounding out the Lancer 5. The Lancers force the Wildcats to go over and back, or actually vice versa. The Wildcats force the Lancers to go over and back, and now SI gets it.
I'm not sure. I don't agree with that call. That ball looked like it was deflected out. I disagree with that call, but turnover.
Wildcats set it up. Wildcats with the ball in a 2-point lead. Josh Hunt accelerating, swoop to the hoop, and he scores. Hunt has 8. And it's 17-13 St. Ignatius. Hunt tried to force the 5-second call. Instead, he committed the foul. That's his second.
Yeah, it was close to a 5. Don Lippy didn't want it. He wanted the 5 count, but didn't get it. Well, St. Ignatius is going to press these Lancer guards who just right off the bench here, a little cold.
The 5 that started the game for St. Ignatius are on the floor right now. Jason LeBlanc, Cassidy Rawher, Alejandro Thomas, Josh Hunt, and John Antonini. Russ Thau, one of those seniors, getting a chance tonight. Corey Blick called for the travel. Turnover, St. Francis, that's 2 in a row.
Yeah, this group has not distinguished themselves, and I think that Filios is trying to get these seniors playing time here in their last home game, but it depends how they do. On the scoreboard is how long they'll be out there right now.
With Josh Hunt having 2 fouls, SI coach Don Lippy forced to go to his bench. Brought in Rob Marcoletti, 6'2", 180-pound senior. Cassidy Rawher up top. This is Antonini, guarded by Brush. 6:40 remaining in the first half. St. Ignatius 17, St. Francis 13. Rawher pulls up. Boing. Long rebound corralled by Pena. Russ Thau, a 5'10", 150-pound senior. He was handling the ball momentarily. Now it's Simpson bearing the long 2. J.D. Simpson with his first points of the game.
Yeah, Lancers could use some offense from Simpson, too. 19 last night, you said, against Mitty. And they need his scoring right now, especially with Carey and Sharp, where they're coming in now.
17-15. SI scores as cutting through was Jason LeBlanc. Now it's 19-15 SI. .541 remaining in the second quarter. Thau draws a triple team. Blick is open for 3. Simpson the O board. Up strong, J.D. Simpson was partially pushed, and no whistle as the ball went out of bounds. SI ball.
Simpson thought he got fouled on that. I thought either guy got a piece of the ball or he got clobbered, one or the other, but point is moot. Here comes Carey and Tharp into the game now, and Lancers down by 4.
Josh Hunt also back in for St. Ignatius. Both teams making lineup changes. Chris Fife, 53 to inbound for SI. Wildcats going with Fife, James Chong, Josh Hunt, Ali Thomas, and Jason LeBaugh. Lancers with Tharp guarding Chong. Now LeBaugh missing the long-range jumper. Carey runs it out of there for the Lancers, and then Sinkyu slipped. The ball winds up in Chong's hands. Chong with a 2-on-1. Nice feed to Hunt.
Well, Tharp got really fouled there, and no call, and the Lancers are dead, but Seavey, I think, missed that one, I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
Down at this end of the floor in the midi game last night, a lot of Lancers were slipping. Yeager with a 3. No slipping there. Yeager with his first points of the game. Nearly stolen by Tharp. 21-18, St. Ignatius. 4.5 to play in the half. Hunt, before the shot was pushed. This is a non-shooting foul.
Yeah, Yeager guarding Hunt tight out top. That's a mismatch. Hunt's too quick.
Second foul on Pat Yeager. It's the 7th team foul, so it does turn out to be a shooting situation for SI. They shoot the 1-and-1 with Hunt at the stripe. That one rolls off. Weinbeek secures the rebound. Weinbeek guarded in the backcourt. Got it to an open Yeager. Now it's a 3-on-2. Carey on the fly. Turnaround. Hang in the air. Misses the layup. The iron unkind. And here comes St. Ignatius.
I had started to write that in. I thought that was good.
LeBaugh, no. Hunt gets the rebound and put back.
Hunt with 12 leads all scorers.
Felios wanted an over-the-back call against Hunt. The Lancers in the offensive end. Simpson draws the foul on Alvin Lynn.
This game's getting real physical, Brian, and these officials are going to have to take control because these players are just taking that physical contact. If they can get away with it, they will.
5th team foul on the Wildcats, so the Lancers take it out underneath. 3:57 remaining, second quarter. Carey off the set piece, and Sinkyu has 11 points, 23-20 Wildcats.
That was a nice inbound pattern.
Lancers have never led in this ball game. For 3, it's down. Count it for Cassidy Raher. Again on the left side of the key, players slipping. Lancers maintain possession. Carey gets it to a cutting Weinbeek. Nice ball fake on Fife. The Wildcats 26, the Lancers 22. 3:10 to play in the half. Raher for 3 again. Hit back orange and wound up in Carey's hands. The lead for Yeager. Got a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Weinbeek established the position, but then the ball stripped by Thomas. Here's Raher. Bounce pass to Lynn. He misses the bunny. Here comes Weinbeek. Lead for Tharp. End-to-end action. Tharp all the way draws the foul.
Boy, up and down, Brian, up and down. Those players are going to be tired if this pace keeps up.
Tharp to the line as the foul is called on Raher.
Coach is wisely subbing in here. That's when you get tired, when you keep going back and forth like that. That adds up. Lancers in it, Brian. They're only down by 4. They can cut it to 2 here. They're in the ball game. That's what they wanted. That's what they wanted going into tonight right now.
SI coach Don Lippy in his 5th season was going over his notes. Charles Tharp with the first of 2, and that one rolls off. The Lancer lineup looks like this. Tharp at the line, Carey, Brush, Donnell, and O'Neill. 1 of 2 on that transaction for Charles Tharp. A whistle and an offensive foul working against James Chong. He threw the elbow, says Mike Tanimoto.
Yeah, Tharp got some help at midcourt line from Brush, and that's a big guy to come out there to help you out. Do the offensive.
Wildcats lineup: Antonini, Marcoletti, Chong, Thomas, and Labaugh. Right now, Chong guarding Tharp. Got it to Carey. Sinkyu forced that one a bit, knocked out of bounds by SI.
Yeah, he did force that one a little bit. Got to be patient. You're only down by 3. Plenty of time. No shot clock in boys basketball, so make sure you get the good shot here. If you got the ball, they can't score.
Josh Hunt returns for Rob Marcoletti. Hunt leading all scorers with 12. Carey has 11 off the bench to lead the Lancers. Nice look inside. Brush from Tharp.
Great look by Tharp.
Thomas on the drive, left it short. On the rebound, Hunt no good, but on the third opportunity, it's Labaugh.
Boy, Hunt was butchered, no call. They're letting a lot of contact go tonight.
O'Neill travel. 2 minutes, 8 seconds remaining in the first half. The Wildcats 28, the Lancers 25, and Don Lippy says, you off the bench, get in there.
Well, Lancers have to be careful now. 2 minutes left. They've done a good job to stay close now, but a lot can happen in these last 2 minutes. They can't get careless.
Looking at the coaches on the sidelines, it looks like they're playing in the game. Felios looks like he needs to be hosed down. He looks like he's been running up and down the floor just as much as his players. Chance for the Lancers. Tharp. Tharp so quick. Good ball handling skills as well. This is Kevin Donnell. Tied up in the corner, O'Neill. They get it back to Donnell. He missed the layup. Antonini with the rebound. Good idea there by the Lancers. Raher way out of control, bailed out as Simpson touched it last.
Was out of control there. Yeah, it's a tough break for the Lancers. He had the layup, would have cut it to 1.
Last time I saw something that out of control, it was driving down an icy road in Texas. That ball long by Thomas. Simpson ahead for Tharp. Swoop to the hoop. He scores.
And Thomas was coming out at him. Lancers down by 1.
Raher over to Antonini on a high post. Minute 10 to play in the half. 28-27. The Wildcat lead is down to 1. Antonini nearly turned it over. Nice save by Raher. Now Labaugh gets it down in the blocks. Here's Antonini. Hunt with the rebound. Whistle. Hunt drew the foul.
This is like a pickup game out there, and maybe we'll call the foul, maybe we won't, but they had to call that one. And good pace, entertaining pace for us, and hopefully the viewers out there, a lot of action, a lot of up and down. Tharp, that was nice when Tharp went down there. Thomas was coming at him. That was a good confrontation, but Tharp won the battle there.
I was just going to say, this is a far cry from the game the Lancers played against Mitty last night, where Mitty wanted to slow things down and did. Mitty doesn't match up well against St. Francis, so the Lancers were forced to try and establish the tempo tonight. It's Katie bar the door because they're coming out from all angles. Up and down the floor we go.
These kids would probably like to play up and down. It's more fun for them, too.
Josh Hunt with 13 points. 7 this quarter. Give him 14 points. He made them both. And it's 30-27 Wildcats with 56.9 seconds remaining in the half.
Lancers are in the game. Hunt's gone off for 14, but other than that, nobody else has really hurt him, so they've kept the other people at bay.
Lancers break the pressure. Carey, they had the numbers, but the pass was broken up. And here comes Alvin Lynn. Boy, this SI team does play very high-risk defense very intense, and that time they were able to get the turnover. They gamble a lot with that backcourt pressure, and that last occasion they got the ball and they almost gave it right back as it was nearly over and back. 20 seconds left in the half. No shot clock to worry about. Lancers get the steal. Here's Brush. In there.
Tharp might have got away with one.
2 seconds, 1 second. Marcoletti with the basket. Lancer coaches one and an offensive foul. Steve Filios on the floor. Lippy says count it. The half is over.
I don't blame Filios. Boy, that was a terrible non-call, Brian. That should have been offensive, and Filios has every right. He better be careful, else they'll start the second half with a technical. Nice finish for a good first half.
Assistant coach Nelson Washington had to restrain Filios. Halftime at the Razcop, 32-29 SI. This is High School Hoops on KMVT. Wildcats lead by 3 as we head to the third quarter, but maybe it should be a one-point game, Johnny Reed. We'll get a look at the replay here in just a moment. That final play of the second quarter. Was it a charge? Here it is.
Well, Jed Brush right there standing straight up. I mean, you got to call that. You can't give it to him. Important hoop, and you never know. We saw a buzzer-beating three-pointer in a Los Alamos girls game the other night. That proved to be the difference, the three-point margin. Things can happen in this kind of game.
That's such a tough call between a block or a charge, but it looked like Brush had the defensive position, and it looked like it should have been a charge on Rob Marcoletti. Instead, count the bucket, 32-29 in favor of St. Ignatius, and it's the Wildcats' ball opening the second half. Alejandro Thomas over to Josh Hunt. Nice backdoor play, blocked by Brush. Hunt misses on the follow, and Charles Tharp has the ball and sends out Simpson. Wide open is Brush, left block. Up top, Tharp steps up, drains the three. We're tied at 32. Six for Tharp. Antonini, nice pass to Thomas.
Simpson got beat way on the inside. Should have never let Thomas come in, get position like that.
Thomas had 18 against the Lancers back on January 13th. Tonight, he has 7. Tharp again for 3. Tipped over to Brush. 7 minutes remaining, third quarter, 34-32 SI. Around the world, there's the shot, no good by Carey. Weinbeek with the follow. Thomas tried to get it to Hunt, but Brush got in the way.
Oh, you saw at the end of that first half, Steve Filios is charging John Seavey. Speaking of charging, he really wanted that call. He wants this game. This is a very important game for the Lancers.
A 3 by Cassidy. Raher mark it on the ice. 2 threes for Raher, 6 points, 37-34, St. Ignatius, 6.5 remaining in the third.
Wildcats in a zone now.
Carey for 3, bingo! Carey with 14, nearly backcourt on Raher, then he nets the 2.
That was definitely backcourt. His foot went back, the officials missed another one.
Tharp, Raher overplayed, Tharp with a brick. Hunt to Thomas, pass Simpson, count it.
I think that Steve Filios might have put somebody on Thomas. Simpson cannot guard Thomas. He's going to have to find somebody to guard Alejandro Thomas.
Simpson, good. 5.5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. It is 41-39, St. Ignatius. Hunt And the ball rolls in for Josh Hunt. Hunt with 16 points, and it's 43-39. SI with a 4-point lead. They really haven't been able to build on that, though. They did have a 10-2 lead early on. Now, Carey with the bad pass, and it's back over to SI.
When their backcourt violation was not called, then the Wildcats got a hoop. Who got credit for the hoop on that? Do you remember that?
That was Raher. Raher was the guy who looked like he may have gone over and back, and then he promptly stepped up. And
yeah, thanks. I missed who scored on the end of that. I was so concerned about the backcourt violation that didn't get called.
Well, they're getting up and down the floor if you're keeping score of this one. Good luck.
Yeah, you got to be quick to keep on top of this one.
Jason LeBeau, 3.
Wildcats hit from the perimeter, Brian. They're going to be real tough in the second half.
46-39. Now it's a 7-point Wildcat lead, and Don Lippy upset because one of his players just committed a foul. It's Jason LeBeau with the foul, his first foul of the second half. Simpson tried to get it to Yeager, but it's intercepted by James Chong. Skip pass, Alvin Lynn cradles. Nice bounce pass. Good feed by Hunt. The ball knocked out of bounds, last touched by Simpson.
Well, first half we saw the officiating let a lot of contact go. It looks like they're just going to let them play. And
back to live action, a traveling violation, and the Wildcats turn it over. Josh Hunt gets back on defense as the Lancers enter the forecourt. Carey, Yeager, Sean Carlson, Jim Weinbeek, and J.D. Simpson up front. Loose ball picked up by LeBeau. Chong was tackled by Weinbeek. Weinbeek thought he was on the football field.
Well, a lot of contact going on. I'm berating that because I'm afraid somebody might get hurt. That's what I'm worried about. So
well, they're calling it. I mean,
they're calling some of it now, but I mean, they called that one. But there's a lot of heavy contact. I won't belabor it, but I'm just worried somebody's going to get clobbered, and because they're letting it get away with it. High-scoring third quarter, though.
46-39, SI with the ball and the lead, 3:45 remaining in the third. That ball rolls in for Josh Hunt. Hunt with 18 points. He leads all scorers. Now a 9-point lead for the Cats. That's their biggest lead of the game. Carey steps in, left it short. Alvin Lynn starts the break, middle to Hunt. He floats. The ball in the bucket, but wipe it out on an offensive foul.
Well, Seavey got that one right. Definitely that was a charge.
And that's important. That's the third foul on Josh Hunt. Good defense. Looked like it was Pat Yeager who accepted the charge. Nice touch pass, and Weinbeek converts off the Carey feed. Wildcats back quickly, and another offensive foul, this one against Alejandro Thomas, and now it's Lippy combusting.
Well, Lippy is just totally beside himself. I kind of have to agree with the SI coach on that one. He called Thomas with the left-handed push. I don't know if we got a replay there or not, but he got clubbed. And all the SI guys, well, we're on the line for two, but no.
Well, the hoop heads here at St. Francis hoping their team can pull within 5. It's 48-41, Wildcats with 2:45 remaining in the third. Nearly stolen, Yeager, short, Carey soars, back up strong, no good, rebounded by Marcoletti. Thomas on the left side, a 3. Rebounded by Weinbeek. Marcoletti had a piece of Weinbeek's jersey. Jim forces the jump ball, Lancer ball.
That's a tough break for Weinbeek because he got hammered and they stripped it and they gave him credit. The SI player credit for the steal, and Weinbeek has to be tougher there, but he got fouled, no call, and lost the ball.
Brush takes Weinbeek off the floor. Carey, Tharp, Brush, Yeager, and Corey Blick, the 5 for the Lancers. Blick handles now, and now the pass in the middle. Brush to the hoop. (48-43) SI, 2:05 remaining in the third. Cassidy Raher will run the left side for Jason LeBaugh. LeBaugh spins, goes baseline. The ball out of bounds. Antonini touched it last.
Totally different ball game here as opposed to up at the gymnasium, the new gymnasium of St. Ignatius. They don't have their cheering section as well in here. Those kids are down the end line that are very effective, rooting. And the rims are a little tighter here when you hit the road.
Tharp, backcourt violation.
That was a tough break because the line gets cut off there when the Lancer circle comes in. So it's kind of a judgment call as to where exactly the half court is, and that was right on the mid-court area.
We've had a few people straddling that logo tonight. A reach in on Tharp. Second personal on Charles. That's the second team foul on St. Francis. Well, a minute and a half left in the third quarter. 48-43, St. Ignatius. It was 48-39 a couple of minutes ago. Skip pass by Thomas. LeBaugh saved. Here's Chong, a deep three. Air ball, Thomas. Got Simpson in the air, missed the chip shot, and then a foul as Brush was double teamed.
This is not going to be a time capsule game for Mr. Antonini, John Antonini. He hasn't been a factor at all. He hasn't done anything except take up some space out there.
Under a minute remaining, third quarter. Simpson wide open look, a three is short. Antonini with the defensive board. The ball loose. Chong kept it alive. Tharp nearly got the hustle steal. Thomas rejected by Brush. Chance for the Lancers with 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. Just to orient our viewers, no shot clock. Lancers could play for one. Yeager puts it up, no. Now Thomas has it. And it's the Wildcats to get the final shot. 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. A three, rounds out for Thomas. Brush heaves, and time expires. End of the third quarter. St. Ignatius 48, St. Francis 43. You're watching high school basketball on KMVT. Well, the Lancers very much alive in this ball game, and as far as the standings go, St. Francis 2 games behind St. Ignatius for the third spot in the round robin. This league does have a postseason tournament. Standings with Bellarmine and Sacred Heart Cathedral tied for first. Then SI and St. Francis. A win tonight would put the Lancers at 5 and 6, St. Ignatius at 6 and 5, and St. Francis with an outside chance, even though St. Ignatius finishes up against Sarah, but Sarah, tough team, and in the jungle, who knows?
Yeah, sir. Sarah can, they do it. I think it's on the road at SI. I'm not sure.
You're right. The game is at SI's gym.
Yeah,
so.
Sarah could do it. Sarah could do it. St. Francis just has to play their game again. They're thinking about not only postseason league tournament, but probably thinking about more in the CCS and how they're going to do in Division II. So play hard. They're playing well tonight, and Steve Philly's happy, only down 5. They're definitely a lot different story than the last time these two teams met.
SI's gym has been known as the jungle sometimes too, the way those folks get crazy up there. Nice look inside to Hunt. Hunt playing with 3 fouls. Hook shot is off. Corey Blick secures it for the Lancers. Fourth quarter at the Raskob. A 3 by Blick. Yes!
Oh, Blick just took that last second, Brian.
Tharp stripped it away. Tharp with a chance around Antonini, scoring! The first 40 seconds of the quarter belong to the Lancers, and they have tied things up on a Blick 3 and a Tharp 2. It's 48-48.
Yeah, I was going to say this first part of this fourth quarter is going to be the difference, and I didn't say it, but I sure thought it. Blick there, he took that extra second to size that one up and made sure of it. Good job by Corey Blick. They could use him to come through these last few weeks. And now watch this. Good turnover, Tharp. Gets credit, and look at this, on Antonini with Alejandro Thomas and the athleticism of Charles Tharp gets the hoop.
Antonini had good position, he stood his ground, but Tharp so quick went around him.
Yeah, he's tough. A junior, great running back, of course, 1,400 yards or something of that nature this year. And on the hardwood, he's not too bad too, but he needs to be a little bit more consistent, but he's getting a little bit better each game as we see him here. Lancers
are on a 9-0 run. Don Lippy's club was ahead 48-39. Now it's 48-48. 7:20 remaining in regulation.
Lancers trying to keep the pressure on. Going to trap down here now.
Cats on the attack. Thomas arcs a 3. Clank. Carey skies for the board.
That's exactly what they wanted. They wanted to force a quick shot.
Lancers definitely have momentum. Lancers have scored the last 9 points. Here's a steal. Thomas trying to change things. Blick got a lot of ball, but Michael Tanimoto says you got a bit of the body as well, Corey.
Yeah, they had to give him that one, I'm afraid. Blick probably got a little piece. Some Lancer fans didn't like it. We might see a replay. Good steal by Thomas. Got it away from Simpson. Simpson has to protect the ball a little bit better.
Thomas to the line. First foul on Corey Blick. Saw the tail end of that play with Thomas streaking to the goal, and Blick nicked him going by.
Thomas contained tonight only with 10. We're early fourth quarter. He could get off this quarter, but hasn't really hurt the Lancers that much tonight.
First free throw was good, second one is not. Antonini nearly tipped it in, saved by Simpson, loose ball. And there's Tharp's quickness coming into play. The Lancers have not led in this game, and they still don't lead as Tharp misses the off-balance shot. 49-48 SI. Thomas on the line. Long rebound, tipped over to Raher. Oh, are they going to count this basket? The ball went in, but it was tipped in by Antonini.
No, that was offensive basket interference. The ball was in the cylinder, and Antonini tipped it in, which was dumb because that might have gone in, Brian.
The foul is on Weinbeek. Look at this, John. This is the save of the play earlier with Simpson going into the corner. We'll try and get a look at that last play where it looked like it could have been offensive basket interference. That was some good hustle, by the way, by J.D. Simpson to keep that earlier play alive. And now we'll try and get a look at that offensive basket interference here.
Now watch this. Tharp knocks it out of Carey's hands. That's what caused the whole sequence. Yeah, that basket probably wouldn't have gone anyway, but I would have not given him the basket on that. They didn't anyway.
They didn't give him the basket. Cassidy Raher missed both free throws. The ruling was that Raher missed the shot but was fouled in the process, and Antonini tipped in the ball after it was outside the cylinder. Blick misses. Brush active, but loses to Raher. LeBas open. A foul by Tharp. Count the bucket. A three-point play for Jason LeBas.
Yeah, LeBas and Raher have done a fair job against these Lancers. They've done a good, consistent job in picking their spots. That's the way they work it. And Tharp committed the foul. Good call there.
The free throw is good. 6:03 remaining in the fourth quarter. St. Ignatius 52, St. Francis 48.
LeBas, only a junior. St. Ignatius will be very formidable next year. They're going to be a tough team.
LeBas now in double figures with 10 as you watch the Lancers enter the forecourt. Pat Yeager had the ball stolen by LeBas, and he goes in for two.
Libby is fired up. He was right along with LeBas on that, running down in front of the Ignatius bench. The Lancers need a timeout, I think. Get settled.
St. Ignatius has answered. Brush missed, but a foul is called on the Wildcats. The Wildcats have scored the last 6 points after the Lancers had been on a 9-0 run to tie things up.
Yeah, I thought the Lancers needed a timeout, but they got the layup by Brush. The whistle was really late, Brian. I didn't know what the call was there. They're going to call it on the shot, but he blew that whistle, Tanamato did, way after the shot.
Jed Brush at the line for two, made the first. 5 team fouls each way, neither team in the bonus yet. Second throw, bingo. Brush made them both, he has 8, and it's 54-50 in favor of the Wildcats. Lancers with backcourt pressure. Simpson and Carey with the double team. Hunt tries to hit Raher, but the ball is fumbled out of bounds by Cassidy, and it's out to the Lancers.
Lancers gambling with that full court trap. And now Carey's really holding his hand there. He has that bad hand, and it looks like he may have re-injured a little bit.
Carey, Tharp, Brush, Yeager, and Simpson, the Lancer 5. Hunt, Raher, LeBas, Thomas, and Antonini, the 5 for the team in red. Tharp got by Raher, now Carey for 3, bingo! 17 for Q, his third 3, 54-53, SI leads by 1, 5 minutes remaining. Bad pass. Hunt the intended receiver, but Raher led him too far.
Lancers showing good poise to come back. They didn't take the timeout, and it paid off. I was wrong there, but now St. Ignatius kind of a little out of control, losing their poise.
The Lancers looking for their first lead of the game.
SI in the zone, 1-2-2 zone.
4.5 minutes remaining, fourth quarter. That ball tipped out of bounds. It stays with the Lancers. Wildcats lead it 54-53. Lancer ball under the basket. Yeager triggers to Carey. Brush.
Lancers trying to work for Carey, Brian. They're looking for thank you, Carey, and Josh Hunt's doing a good job of denying Carey the ball right there.
Raher replaced by James Chong, the 5'7", 145-pound junior. Don Lippy getting good minutes out of Cassidy Raher tonight. There's Brush. He's hammered by Thomas, a 2-shot foul.
Good job getting the ball to Brush. Could have almost got him in a split second earlier, but Tharp had a defender on him and had to make sure of the pass.
That's a matchup that's an intriguing one to look at. Brush against Thomas. This time Brush came off the screen. Thomas came over to help, but it was too late.
Yeah, Thomas lost sight of the man there.
Third foul on Allie Thomas. Brush missed the first.
Yeah, he aimed that one instead of just shooting it. Just got to shoot it, let it go.
For the tie, that one rolls home. It is 54-54 with 4:05 remaining in regulation. Weinbeek spells Brush. Jed getting a well-deserved rest here. Thomas, yes. A dozen for Thomas, 56-54 Wildcats. 3:49 left in the fourth quarter. Lancers spread the floor. Carey leaning in. The ball tipped along the baseline. Tharp got it back from Carey, in and out. Q with the rebound. He's fouled by Antonini. Good work on the boards by the Lancers.
Excellent, good point there. Yes, they really kept the ball alive. Good hustle by St. Francis. Tharp. They're going all out in there. Simpson, Weinbeek doing a good job, and Carey. This is starting to look like the best all-around game for Carey I've seen him play this year.
Q will shoot two with 3:26 left in the fourth quarter. The Wildcats 56, the Lancers 54. The third-ranked team in the Central Coast section, getting all it can handle on the road from the 8th-ranked team in the CCS. Carey split the pair. 18 for CenQ, 56-55. Wildcats with the ball in a 1-point lead. Thomas cutting through the lane. A foul is called, a block on Yeager. He tried to stand his ground, but Yeager called for his third.
That's a tough call. It was close, but might give the nod there. Yeager might have been a little late. Let's watch it again right here. This is a real tough call right here. And
he was
Yeager
still
is
moving.
Looks like a pretty good call.
Timeout called by the Lancers. 3:17 remaining in the fourth quarter. And it's a 1-point St. Ignatius lead at 56-55.
Lancers have missed 4 free throws. They've made, looks like, 5. So 5 out of 9 from the line. They could have done better. They probably could have the lead right now, knock down a couple more free throws, and hope they don't have to look back at that. And we also had that hoop at the buzzer at the end of the first half. Remember, that could play big. That should not have been allowed.
17 fouls against St. Ignatius, 16 fouls against St. Francis, so both teams are shooting the 1-and-1. Timeouts remaining, the Lancers with 2, the Wildcats with 3. And the possession arrow favors the Lancers as SI got the ball at the start of this fourth quarter. Don Lippy's club, 15-7 overall. Lippy in his 5th season at St. Ignatius. The Wildcats trying to spoil senior night, as this is the final regular season home game for the Lancer basketball team. 2 for Thomas. Allie Thomas with 13. He had 18 points the last time the Cats played the Lancers. Short on the second free throw, tipped around. Tharp has it. 2-point game, 57-55 St. Ignatius. Simpson slipped. Thomas with the steal, 3-on-2. LeBlanc misses the runner. Thomas with the follow. 2:51 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Cats lead by 4. Carey for 3, short. Antonini sweeps it away.
Lancers can't give up now. And they're looking at a wet spot right there. That's where Simpson slipped. His body was on the ground. That added to the perspiration. They have to get that cleaned up. But the Lancers can't quit right now. They look like they're kind of dying, and who's going to take the shot, that type of thing. There's still 2.5 minutes left. They're only down by 4. They can't just act like it's 10 seconds left.
As John mentioned, plenty of time left. 2:36 to be precise. Fourth quarter, St. Ignatius 59 and St. Francis 55. Don Lippy took advantage of the stoppage to huddle up with his club. Steve Filios brings in Dan O'Neill to replace Jed Brush. Thomas, that one is off. Thomas again, and the second time is the charm.
Thomas must be feeling it, Brian. He's not hesitating now, having a good fourth quarter.
Cats back up by 6, 61-55. Tharp, O'Neill. 2 minutes remaining. O'Neill open on the baseline. Up top, Simpson fakes a 3, shoots a 2, bingo! The Cats 61, the Lancers 57, a minute 45 remaining. Fourth quarter. Off the ball, Hunt to the glass, dumps off Thomas, yes! Thomas taking over, he has 19 points. Minute 27 left in the fourth. Tharp wide open, a 3, off. Thomas with the board. Lancers have to start thinking about fouling. Hunt behind the back, return pass from LeBeau, and how pretty was that?
That was nice play, nice ball handling by the Wildcats. Lancers need a timeout now.
Simpson nets, and there's the Lancer timeout.
Oh, they waited until they scored and got the TO, but good job by Lancers playing tough, but last couple times down, they certainly haven't stopped the Wildcats. And Thomas, I had mentioned they had contained him right beginning of the fourth quarter. I said, but he can go off at any time, and he did.
At the top of the broadcast, we talked about Alejandro Thomas and Josh Hunt, the two stars for St. Ignatius. Hunt has 20, Thomas has 19, and it's a 6-point lead for the St. Ignatius Wildcats, 65-59, 57.8 seconds remaining in regulation time. Lancers now down to 1 timeout remaining. 3 timeouts left for the Wildcats.
Well, against Sacred Heart, they were down by 10 with about a minute 23 left or so and came back to cut it to 1, so nothing's out of the realm of anything for the Lancers. They have the personnel to do it. They're going to have to, like I say, burn some fouls, get St. Ignatius in the bonus. I don't think they're in the bonus yet.
They will be on the next foul.
Yeah, they're going to have to get there quickly, and hopefully Wildcats miss from the line. They're not shooting that well from the line tonight. 6 for 11 I have them with.
St. Ignatius ball coming out of the timeout. The inbounder can run the baseline. This inbound coming following a Lancers score. Antonini to trigger, does not run. Got it to Hunt. Yeager burns up a foul. He now has 4. Hunt is 2 for 2 at the line tonight. Hunt to shoot 1 and 1 with 55.8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Can I just say this, John? Trent Scherenberg, the baby we got to look at, that is Julie Scherenberg's baby boy. Julie Scherenberg, the trainer here at St. Francis High School. I think he's getting more TV time tonight than any newborn I've ever known.
Well, like Eric, he's intercepting the camera, I guess.
Hunt made them both. Simpson leans in. The ball tipped around. Antonini wound up on the floor. A walk is called.
Libby doesn't like that. Antonini came down and he just happened to be a player underneath him. And now another sweaty body hits the floor. That'll take a little while to clean up that. Good look. There's Darren Sledman right on top of it. Last home game as a senior.
Well, John, I know you do windows, but do you do floors? We might need you.
Tell you, there's the opportunity. 8-point spread, 47-2 left on the clock. And not over, but doesn't look good for the Lancers, but a good effort tonight. Still not over yet.
Corey Blick to inbound. 5 seconds. And a turnover.
Pretty quick 5. They counted about 4 on that, but still, you got to get rid of it. Filios is really upset. He wants to talk to Seavey, he's not going to get it.
That ball lost out of bounds. Lancer ball, they get the turnover.
Blick just grabbed, I think it was Raher, and no call, and Raher just lost the ball out of bounds. Just keep fouling, maybe they won't call it anyway. You got to do with the rep. Now Lippy wants a timeout. It's getting a little crazy out there, Brian. I think some fouls has been going on. We had the short 5-second call. Blick was trying to foul somebody, then he grabs Raher, no call. You usually get the automatic whistle there, but you didn't get it, and that's where we stand right now.
41.7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. An 8-point lead for the Wildcats. SI has just called its second timeout. If we do have a tie-up, the arrow favors the St. Francis Lancers. The Hoop Heads out in full force tonight here at the Rascob.
Gotta like it. Gotta like that hand. I kind of want to get one.
Well, they've got the Cheese Heads in Green Bay. The bread heads for the 49ers, and now you've got the Hoop Heads here at St. Francis.
That guy was hanging his head there. It must have been Tom Dooley. But I don't know. This is crazy. See what happens here. The Lancers need a hoop badly. They got to score right here and try to foul again and see if they, who knows what they're going to come up with.
Julie Scherenberg, the Lancers trainer. That's Heather Washington to the right of your picture. She's the head coach of the women's junior varsity basketball team here at St. Francis. Also an assistant coach for the volleyball team.
Lancers would probably try to run a play for Senku Carey. He's their go-to guy out there right now.
Lancers need a quick shot. Yeager launches 3! And they do not call their final timeout. A quick foul in the backcourt as Tharp got a piece of Cassidy Raher. A 1-and-1 foul.
SI bench wants an intentional foul. I was watching something else. I was actually watching the scoreboard, check the score, but I missed the foul.
The Lancers only have one timeout remaining, so with 32.3 seconds left, Steve Filios has to be judicious with how that timeout is used. Raher made the front end. He gets the bonus free throw. 68-62 Wildcats. 32.3 seconds left in the game. That free throw is also good. Lancers hurry. Tharp floats. Loose ball. Thomas. A whistle. Double dribble.
Don Lippy wants his team to slow it down. No reason to run. You got the clock on your side now. Lancers down by 7. They need a bunch of baskets.
Corey Blick is open for 3. Yes! Lead ball for LaBar. He makes the layup. 71-65.
Gotta shoot it.
5 seconds left. Simpson misses. Tipped around. The Wildcats are going to win it. Tharp has scored. but it doesn't matter. The game is over. Count the basket for Charles Tharp, but it's small consolation as the Cats win the game. So the Wildcats win it. The Lancers drop to 4-7 in the league, 15-9 overall. And SI escapes. They are now 16-7 overall and 6-4. Rather 7-4 in the league. So good win for the Wildcats tonight as they head into the final week of the regular season, John Reed.
Good effort by the Lancers. They played a lot better than they did, of course, up there on the road, and they have nothing to be ashamed of. They have a lot to take positive now and keep going on. They have one more league game, get on to the playoffs. They just have to try to eliminate some turnovers. That's probably what did them in tonight.
That'll do it for our telecast here at the RASCOP tonight. Our producer and director is Lazarus Sargenides. Technical director, Yolanda Harmon. For John Reed, I'm Brian Burkett. This has been a KMBT Sports Presentation.